Attention all passengers on American Eagle Flight 2901 with service to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Good morning. We're on a plane to Dallas to go to Honolulu. It's 6 a.m. and we're bushy-eyed and kind of pretty. Not really. Go KC Volleyball.
Everyone, I'm here with Gloria and Megan. They're here to answer your questions on our layover.
Flight attendants, prepare you go with 45 transcript. Stand by for an hour call.
Holly, how do you feel about this trip to Hawaii?
A little nerve. I can't believe we sit still for 8 hours.
Hawaii. For the very latest on that, let's bring in Dr. Postel.
Yeah, Alex, Hurricane Lane is getting closer every hour to the Hawaiian Islands.
Is in the crosshairs of a hurricane.
But this is the first time in a long time we've had a storm this size come through.
I think what's important about this forecast is there's a lot of uncertainty with it.
Before we leave campus, our days are planned out to a T. You know, all that organization is sort of set in stone, so to speak. And on this one, about the minute we landed and things started changing with the weather and the facilities and all of that kind of goes out the window, so you just go on the fly mode.
You know, we try to make arrangements and make plans, and then something happens, whether it be weather or, you know, decisions that are being made that are kind of forcing us into being pretty flexible in regards to our preparedness. We went from preparing for matches to prepare for a hurricane.
Well, I think at the time that we left, you know, there's been a lot of hurricanes that have gone south of the island chain, and this is actually, if it hits Oahu in any kind of hurricane strength, it'll be the first in recorded history, and they weren't predicting it to make this turn when we decided to leave.
It's honestly really weird. I went to the school ever since kindergarten, so I spent so much time here growing up and just watching and playing, and it's kind of weird to have everyone here in my home, but it's also kind of cool. Get to share it. It's kind of surreal, honestly.
Future contrast. Love recovery. Nice. Welcome to Hawaii. Might not be here for long, but we're here now.
We are contemplating our lives. How cold are you? Scale of 1 to 10. Ow. We are freezing cold, but we're getting that work done.
But it's good. We need it.
I know. Here's the hot tub for the contrast.
Okay, so first contrast bath. I think we came through here. How'd you feel about it?
Definitely very good. It was nice to get the back in the tub.
Yeah. We're the only team who showed up to the tournament.
Okay, the other teams are a little threatened by us.
Now that we have like Riley here, she's gonna take us to like the low-key spots of Hawaii that like not a lot of people know about, jump off some rocks, see like really beautiful beaches and sightseeing, so we definitely got the hook up there.
It's a local place where not a lot of tourists are, and I'm super excited to just see what she loves and see her, you know, home.
So where we're going, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get dropped off, we're gonna have to walk down a hill, and then we're gonna take this path. It's like kind of rocky, and it's like a little cove, so there is like rocks that block off some of the incoming waves.
Hey, what's up, you guys? We're here with the K-State volleyball team jumping off of a mini cliff.
We're at Allen Davis Beach.
Doing what? Jumping off some rocks.
Jumping off some rocks.
Jeff Stockton, yeah!
This is what I'd like to call a full send. Woo! I'm good though.
You can see those sandbags. Preparations have really been going on the last 2 days. Dozens of shelters are open.
The residents of Hawaii are putting in the time like they should and like they need to, stocking up on supplies.
Things are just not going our way right now. So we got another game canceled. Oh, Peyton and I are also in a room that is facing towards the ocean, which was very exciting at the beginning of the week. It's now less exciting as the hurricane approaches our window tonight. Mr. Lane, he's gonna impress. Yes, very excited. It's coming in hot, that's for sure. So right now the plan is to play on Sunday. Will that happen? We'll let you know. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just basically ready to live on PB&Js and
Pringles.
And Pringles. I will not eat.
So I think when we first got that text, it obviously is like initially really disappointing. Like, we're here to play volleyball. That's what we wanted to do.
Tuesday we found out UCLA and Gonzaga decided not to come, and so it was just kind of up in the air of what do we do, how bad is the storm going to be kind of thing.
But we kind of had to switch gears after getting that text and knowing, okay, we still have a couple more days until we're even potentially going to play, because we don't even know, if we're going to play on Sunday, depending on how the weather is. It was really disappointing early on to get 2 teams to have canceled and then to not be able to play 2 matches against Hawaii. Obviously a bummer.
I think this is an all-time first. It's been a week is probably a little bit of an understatement for sure. This is definitely one for the books. I feel like my job is to be about 3 steps ahead of their schedule and what they need to do, and I'm anticipating what coach is going to want to do and what those plans will be, and try to have the answers before the questions are asked. That's kind of my goal.
Because of the hurricane, we can't get into Hawaii's facilities because we were going to use their weight room, but we can't. So we're making the best with what we have.
Well, we had a quick workout in here, in the hotel. We try to make good use of the place. We're kind of stuck in the hotel for today because of the hurricane. So we were just still trying to get a movement in, get a workout in. It was pretty fun.
We just needed to get the girls out and get them moving, get them out of their rooms for a little bit, so we just went through a circuit, kind of keep your heart rate up, do a little bit of strength training, get a little work in, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and out. Honestly, I thought they did pretty good. Sometimes it's hard to get yourself motivated when you know you're not playing volleyball or whatever it is, but all of them were pretty good. They all bought in and came in and just worked hard for 25 minutes, and then now they have the rest of the day to themselves.
Very good question. Glad you asked it, Chris. Yeah, if you look over my shoulder, you see John head behind you.
We had sent out a message to Hawaii last night asking, is there any way that we could play on Saturday night? The answer was no. We've shut down the Stan Sheriff Center just as a preventative cautionary measure for flooding. This morning we get the call and she says, hey, we're thinking we're gonna play tonight. Are you up? And basically we're like, yeah, we're ready to go. Well, as of right now, they're saying that it would be a closed match tonight and then that we would still turn around and play the one tomorrow. We try to get a doubleheader in as planned. But I need to know that your heads are in a great place and that you're ready to kind of rally and get after it, right?
Up next, the rematch between the Kansas State Wildcats of the Big 12 and the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine of the Big West.
Last night, the Rainbow Wahine got the season underway in front of a closed gymnasium. About 100 fans were here, actually friends and family, as Hawaii took one on the chin against the Kansas State Wildcat team that beat them in 3.
Now the question is, it's a philosophical question. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? If the Rainbow Wahine volleyball team loses a match in the Stan Sheriff Center and nobody's around to see it, does it count? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. Back to a hitter's role here in this rotation. that one put down by Peyton Williams, 6'4" sophomore from Topeka, Kansas. You're starting to get an idea of the size of this Kansas State team. They fit very well into the construct of the Big 12 Conference with that size. Backside, here's Yosia, blocked and roofed. Zumak and Flowers.
Served by Hawaii, K-State to the left. Zumak puts the Cats back in a tie with Hawaii.
Serving to give Kansas State the 2-0 lead. Two-hand pass Granato. Outside, here's Sibley, the touch shot, dug up by Dixon. Back bump set to Zumak, the dink. Diving save Ma'afala. Bump set back row to Granato. Dug up by Dixon. Here is the libero Fairfield. Zumak off of one leg from behind the 3-meter line, and Hawaii with the advantage. Yosia goes cross court, dug up to the net by Dixon. Ma'afala cross court bump set to Sibley. Diving save Killeen. Mutiri is dug up. Middle set Leva blocked and roofed. And Kansas State comes all the way back.
In the middle, the attack by Leva, rejected by the Cats.
Forget Hurricane Lane was Hurricane Kylie here this weekend in the Stan Sheriff Center as Macy Flowers puts it down for the final point of tonight's match. And it is back-to-back sweep victories for Kansas State.
Zumak nearly unstoppable. Match high 18 kills, hit 295. She even contributed a dozen digs, but it was her right arm that was the difference in this afternoon's matchup as Kansas State completes the weekend sweep, sweeping Hawaii again here in Manoa.
You don't need to hear me talk much, okay? I think we did what we came here to do, right? We got in some fun. We had a great, I think, team building experience, just being here and kind of overcoming some things. Doesn't get any easier as we go. Nice job. It's a big win. I know we're hungry. We're always hungry. Nice job. Cats, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes! Nice job, Cats. Nice win.
We're boarding the flight shortly after nice 2 sweepy sweeps of Hawaii. Sweep! We took some medication so we fall asleep because we're taking the red iron flying through the night. Cut, rewind, bring it back. What would you like to say to Hawaii?
Oh man. Does aloha mean goodbye in Hawaii?
Yes.
Aloha Hawaii. It's been real.